everyone, it's Tanny Games here. Welcome back to the channel. We are back with part 2 of the Discord Dreamsnap review for the Lost in the Woods challenge. We are back in a very stormy valley. I seem to have found a secret little location here. And it's not a secret location, I shouldn't say that. But like this part of the Library of Lore, my character is obviously showcasing that she's wet from the rain, but I don't actually see any rain falling. So I seem to be avoiding the storm, even though it's clearly happening and my character's clearly getting wet. But I seem to be avoiding any raindrops, which is kind of nice. But we are here to take a look at the snaps for Lost in the Woods. I'm so excited to get into this. Part 1 had some incredible submissions, and I'm really excited to showcase part 2 and have a look at the other creations in Discord. So let's not waste any time, let's head over. And we are starting off with a snap from Vinny Luca, who has this very clearly forest type vibe. We have a ton of trees surrounding the Fountain of Youth here. Great work with the foliage with like the tall beach grass. I can't quite tell if your character has like a different, like one of the monstrous skin tones, or if you've just got a filter on. I couldn't work it out, but it's very fun anyway. Great job with Donald here in the camera. It's like you're recording in this mystical and magical forest kind of thing, like you're discovering it and kind of things like that. But it looks fantastic. Great work with the pathway here. As I said, the foliage is incredible, and I like how you've used the castle pieces not to create a castle, but sort of as like kind of like a brick barrier or fence that surrounds this location, which is very cool. And I love the use of the trees. As I mentioned before, I think it looks absolutely fantastic. So what a great start. Next up, we have a submission here from Wolfie. I really love how you've got the what's his name? The dragon! Figment topiary here in the background. I think it's really cute that it looks like he's peeking in, kind of adding to the mystical vibes of it. And because you don't see all the topiary, it does almost look like the dragon is just there. He's not a topiary. Sorry, my cat just decided to sit on a box. So it created a bit of noise that I heard. Great work with the trees here. I like how you've gone with the darker trees as a contrast. And then we've sort of got these wooden trunk kind of like tree type lights here as well, which is lining this pathway. Love the little owl companion. Love the framing of the shot at the bottom as well. I did see that you kind of didn't have a direction with this challenge. I get it. Sometimes we just have those weeks where we're kind of sort of not in the vibe, or we just kind of don't resonate with a challenge. It does happen to all of us, but at least you've got something submitted, which is the main thing. I do recommend each week to every person to submit, because at the minimum, every week you submit, you're going to get at least 300 moonstones. At least. And if you submit a great photo, you know, a good looking image like this, you're likely to get more kind of thing. So I definitely, you know, do recommend things like that. So yeah, great job at putting something together, even if you were kind of lacking a direction or struggling. Next up, we have a submission from Silver Ears here, and this is so beautiful. I love the vibes of your snaps. I mean, I'm not to say that you've done bad snaps before. You've always done beautiful snaps, but I feel like you've been really in your element the past few challenges. I've just really loved seeing your snaps. It like brings me a lot of joy to see, to be honest. I always love how they look, and sort of the kind of vibes of it. Like there's just something, the ambiance, that's what the word I was looking for. Kind of like the ambiance is really nice. I love this with like the mushroom cottage. We've got the pumpkin house. We've even got Mother Gothel's tree here, which kind of just really fits the scene. Love the use of the trees, definitely giving a very forest-like feel. And I love how we have these kind of like branching paths. You know, we have this like cobblestone path which leads towards Mother Gothel and the pumpkin house, whereas we've got this more established brick road to the mushroom cottage. Great work on capturing the owl mid-flight here. I think that's super cute. You know, just anything that kind of grabs attention and stuff like that, and it's really cute. Love the outfit. Love that you've got the little fungi mushroom plush thing that you're holding. I think that is so cute. I'm obsessed with it. It's so adorable. And it goes perfectly with this outfit, to be honest. This outfit is really cute. I also love the hat. So the hat that actually came with this outfit is horrible. I hate it. But this is a hat that you can get in game from Scrooge's shop, and it works perfectly. I don't know why they didn't do a hat more like this. Like, they could have done it in a slightly different colour shade or something like that. But it just sits so much better on your character's head than the other one. Honestly, in my eyes, that was a bit of a miss on their part, but the rest of the outfit is beautiful, as you can clearly see here. So this is a wonderful submission. Next up, we have a snap from Nina, and oh my gosh, we have a Mickey Cloud! Yes! We love to see it. I love seeing a Mickey Cloud. And obviously on this challenge, this kind of forest challenge, like, I just feel like seeing the sky is a bit more easier to do, so seeing a Mickey Cloud just brings me so much joy. I love it. It's so perfect. Like, we have this beautifully clear sky and just this perfect Mickey Cloud in the middle of it, which is so much fun. Love the forest work here. The density of the trees is just absolutely fantastic. Brilliant effort here, and I love the kind of glowing light behind the trees as well. Very subtle, not overpowering, but just adds a bit of mystery and magic to the shot. Obviously, we've got the glowing mushrooms as well, which look beautiful. Great job on the foliage work here with the flowers, the poppies, the ferns, the pathing kind of thing lined with the plumeria path and the magnolia petals. Lovely addition. Love the little candles that you got going on. Love a melted candle. I am the melted candles #1 fan. Love Merida's cottage as well. Merida's cottage looks absolutely beautiful. And I love how your character looks. And I love the addition of the little raccoons. We've got one quite close to you, one in the background there. Very lovely to see. I think this is incredible. And next we have a submission from Sunny Wawa here. And we have this Snow White inspired snap. And I'm obsessed. I love it. It is fantastic to see. I really need to do a Snow White inspired snap one day. I really need to, because it's so pretty and it's so aesthetic and so cute. And I'm not gonna lie, when I was growing up, Snow White used to be my favourite Disney film. I was obsessed with it. As I got older, I kind of lost interest in it. Maybe I watched it too many times as a kid. maybe I was too obsessed as a kid that I kind of got burnt out on Snow White. And then obviously I kind of like gravitated towards Sleeping Beauty and Robin Hood and things like that. But Snow White used to be my favourite film when I was a child. So I absolutely love this inspired look. I think it's so stunning. Love that we have this kind of like cottage. You've got the Mickey Sorcerer's Apprentice kind of vibes as like the dwarfs here, which is really cute. Love that we have the kind of castle, and I do believe that's Lady Tremaine's house, and it's kind of representative of what I would say is the castle. That's how it kind of looks to me. Obviously we've got brilliant foliage and tree work here for the forest, so obviously this is the forest that Snow White has ran and escaped to get away from the evil stepmother, which I love. Love the little rabbit here at the front, cute little addition. Love the little apples you've got going on, obviously as like a little reference and tie-in. Love the colours in this submission, you know, the vibrancy from the orange bushes and things like that. I think this is an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous submission. Then we have a submission here from Aneda, and this is really cool. It's such an interesting take. We have the kind of like the tree Hobbit house. I'm just going to call it Hobbit house. Hobbit house is what it is. We have the Hobbit house here. We've got Rapunzel's tower, I do believe. I love how we've got kind of like the sword here. I don't know. It's just like there's so many different like elements to this shot. Like it's just like such a mix. Like we've got the castle here. We've got the wooden structure here, which obviously reminds me a lot of like a drawbridge. You know, we've got like the broken down ruins. We've got lovely foliage work here with the bioluminescent moss, but we definitely have that kind of forest like feel. Like we've got the trees cropping in at the front and framing the top of the submission. We've got all these trees in the background as well. It definitely feels very magical and mystical. I love how your character looks. I absolutely love this dress. It's so, so beautiful. It just looks really nice. I really need to start remembering to use kind of like dresses and costumes like this more often when it's a decor challenge. Love the little squirrel companion, the owl and things like that. Lovely, lovely to see. I think this is such a beautiful submission. And yeah, just kind of encapsulates such a magical vibe. Next up we have a submission from Judals, and whoa. Whoa, this is incredible. I am obsessed. Love how your character looks. Definitely looks like they're exploring. Love the denseness of the forest. Like look how many trees we've got here, different colors and shades and heights. Absolutely fantastic. But we have this sort of like magical center area and it just looks fantastic. I love how you've got the turning red statues placed in the middle of the archways there. It really adds something special and magical. And like even the like, I think it's a Moana pond. It's like a pond swimming pool thing that, yeah, I think it's from the Moana collection. I might be wrong, but I know in my head the pond that you've got there, and it just like adds to it. It kind of feels like a hidden secret pool or oasis. I love how it's decorated. There's just something so magical about this. It's really cool. Like even like the little things, like the little egg that we've got here behind the nest, the snails, the pine cones, the golden apple, you know, all the little butterflies and things like that, the flowers. Absolutely, like even the little froggy, we've got a little froggy there. Absolutely magical. This is a world that I would like to visit. This is kind of a place of beauty and magic, which is just fantastic. Next up we have a snap from Victoria. This is Victoria's first time posting, and this is beautiful. I absolutely adore this. I think it's so cute, so full of magic and whimsy. I love how we've got like a variety of trees here. You know, we've got some firs here. We have these more like jungle type trees here. You know, I do see the kind of like the birches in the background. And then we've also got the frozen willows, which just adds that pop of blue colour, which I think balances really nicely with this snap because of the fact that, you know, you've got these magical elements, the blue mushrooms. I think it does complement it. You know, we've got a lot of kind of like pastel-y type colours within this submission, so I think it does well to kind of balance some of the pinks and things like that, which is really nice to see. It definitely has a very magical vibe to it. Love this glow that you've got going on. I am curious how you've done that, because obviously it's done with lighting, but I can see the glow isn't up high, it's down low, so this must be a lower light, but I'm not entirely sure what one. But it looks great either way. I think it's really cool. Love that you've got the kind of like starlight projectors here as well, sort of adding a magic to it. You've also used the little pool thing, like the Moana pool. Lovely little touch. This definitely is full of magic and whimsy, which I really like. Next up, we have a submission from Madame Bernay, who's done this kind of like lost in the woods kind of vibe. So we do have the pumpkin house here. We do have some trees, you know, I see we've got this tree stump here at the very front. We've got these two larger trees here. So we are sort of encapsulated within a forest. Love the use of this. It's the chair. It's almost like a beanbag chair, but it's made of leaves. You get it as part of Timon and Pumbaa's kind of like questing, I think. It might be a Scrooge shop item, actually. But either way, it came with them and their update. Great use of some of the natural like decor, like the nest and the jungle leaf piles. We also have Fairy Godmother here, which is a great addition because you've obviously got the pumpkin house. There's definitely a sense of magic and whimsy here. I do see the cute little frogs. I forgot what they were called, the frogs. What I'm not seeing though is the Mickey. Where is the hidden Mickey? Because you always do a hidden Mickey. How am I not seeing it? Oh my gosh, I am so dumb. Oh my god. Okay, the hidden Mickey is here. It's the nest with the jungle leaves. Oh my gosh, I even pointed those out earlier. And I completely missed it. Great job on that. That was a very hidden Mickey. Next up, we have a submission from Fora here. Again, kind of leaning into those magical, whimsical vibes, which I love to see. Great use of the heart castle here with the little heart smoke. It's a nice little detail. Love the use of these snippet items. Again, I never know which one's a trap, a lure, a speed, a slow, whatever they're called. I never know what they are, so I'll just call them like snippet traps or snippet lures or whatever. They may not be the right ones, but it's the snippet thing. The magic snippet thing. And yeah, I love them. I think they look so cool. I honestly need to craft some of these just to use as decor because they really do add to the vibes. And I think with overhauling my valley, because I tore everything down to make a new fairy core valley and I've not started, but I think these will really help with the build. Love the use of trees and mushrooms. You know, you've got that kind of healthy balance between a lot of trees to kind of represent that forest, but the mushrooms to add in that whimsy and magic, which is great to see. Love the Mickey Cloud, of course. You know, we always appreciate a Mickey Cloud here, and that is a nice sized Mickey Cloud, so lovely to see. Great job at capturing that little moment. Love the mushrooms we've got and even the teacups. It's definitely kind of very Wonderland vibes, which is lovely. I adore this submission. And next we have another submission from Steph Scarf. And this is a really cool idea or kind of like scene. So we do have this forest here, which is very cool to see. But I love how you've created this angle with the forest. And effectively you've created two paths. So we have the Plumeria path and we have the cobblestone path. We have Rapunzel here in your character, who's obviously very Flynn looking. So love that. And I love this kind of like choice of which path do you take. I think that's super fun. I love the foliage. I love the decor. It is quite simple. Like, we haven't got lots of little items here, but it really opens up the shot nicely and really draws focus into the forest element and the two paths. And I love how the lighting on the two paths is different. Like, we've got a side with green lighting and a side with kind of like the purpley pink lighting, which is really cool to see. And again, kind of almost like representing the Rapunzel and Fling colours, which is really cool. I love that. And I just think it's really magical, very whimsical, and a really unique concept. I would love to know how this performs. I love this. I think it's so cool and just so different. Like some of the other snaps, like my own included, obviously have a similar vibe because they're forests. But I love this kind of unique storytelling. I think it's very fun. So I would love to know how this does. Next up we have a submission from Wisteria Crossing, who's done this cool little frame shot here where we're sort of peeking through this castle archway and we are seeing the kind of like forest within. So we do have a lot of the magnolia trees here to kind of imply the forest element. We have a lot of foliage work. We have this cobblestone path. Love the use of Merlin's house here. I think that works. We've got the mushrooms to add to that kind of like whimsy and magic vibe of the submission. It's a really unique perspective and a really fun way of telling a story. Next we have a submission from Jay here, and this is so cool. I am obsessed with this. Love the forestry work here, you know, the mix of trees. We've even got some bare trees as well, you know, really adding a variety in the backdrop. Love the use of this stone circle. It's basically from Brave and it works really well in this setting. We've also got the sword in the stone here as well, which is a lovely little addition. Chernobog's Castle. So cool. I absolutely love that. Love the critters we've got. You know, we've got a raccoon here, we've got another one here, we've got an owl, we have the fox companion. Using the little figment popcorn bucket, great little choice. Lovely decorating with the fairy bubbles and the bioluminescent moss. Obviously your own character is kind of very fairy core. They've got the wings and stuff. So I do love the kind of magic of this forest. I do love some of the people that have like really cling to the fairy theming with the Lost Forest challenge. It makes me so happy to see, to be honest. I really love the vibes of it, and I really love how this is decorated. The foliage work is beautiful. It's such a gorgeous image, and that sky is gorgeous. Love the colouring of the sky there. Great sunset submission. Next we have a snap from Blush Danielle. Once again, the master of a shot with depth. If you need inspiration for a shot that is full of depth, take a look at what Blush Danielle does, because it is perfect every single time. I have not met someone else who does submissions like this. They are just incredible. Honestly, it feels like Blush Danielle's valleys or floating islands are like 10 times the size of what we have. It's incredible. But I just love this. Look at how many trees there are. There is no doubt in this is a forest. We are surrounded. Love the foliage work here. The foliage is so beautiful. Even using these like marble pillars with the little what are they called, like lily pads on the top. So cute. I'm so jealous of this gazebo. One day I'm going to get this gazebo. One day, and I'm going to scream it from the rooftops, because it's the one item that I really want, and my game's like, you thought. It's like, not happening today. And I just really want it. I really want it. I love the little windmill here. We've even got Rapunzel's tower in the background. Yeah, this is absolutely stunning. It, you know, it feels so full, but not cluttered. You know, I can see there's a ton of little decor elements here, there, and everywhere, but the shot doesn't feel overfilled. I think because you've got almost like this circle or like halo around you that's kind of like full of empty space, if that makes sense. Like we just have this spacing, this pathway, which you are kind of in the middle of, you know, it just stops the submission from feeling cluttered, which is nice. Love how your character looks. Love the kind of like fairy core whimsical vibe of this submission. You know, we've got the Pegasus here, we've got the cute little blue rabbit, we even have cute little rays of lighting here from it's from the rock show Star Path. There was like the stage lights it just adds that subtle glow and adds kind of like a sense of whimsy and magic, which is just beautiful to see. Then we have a snap from Steph Scarf, and this is the main account. And look at the Mickey Cloud. We gotta take a look at the Mickey Cloud. It's so beautiful. I love it. Love, love, love it. Love that you've also gone with another kind of like Flynn and Rapunzel type inspired snap. I think that's really cool. Love that we've got Rapunzel's tower. We've got all the castle ruins. We've got the foliage work here, which is beautiful. The mushrooms, the glowing moss. This pathway with those cobblestone rocks, very, very cool. And then we've got kind of like the forest surrounding. We've got the trees here, we've got a tree on the right, some trees in the background, even this kind of like dead tree as well. It looks fantastic, really great job. And next we have a submission from Mike, and when I tell you, when I first saw this, my jaw dropped. I was stunned. I was absolutely in awe. I love everything about this. Absolutely everything. This is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I love the forest work here. You know, we've got almost like this dual side, which is really cool. Do you know what it kind of reminds me of? For those that are familiar with the film Stardust, when they cross over the wall and it's like from the world of magic to the world of the regular people, it kind of gives me that, like over this wall, over this fence is this magic. It's like a split shot, and we've got this kind of like magical world and realm. We've got the purple cottage, all the purple trees and foliage, the mushrooms and things like that. And then we have this autumnal forest here with your character and the little scholarly dragon, like you're exploring and venturing from one world to the next. And it just looks fantastic. The juxtaposition of colours, the way your character pops because of that glowing light behind your character, the kind of like the leaves that are falling, well, they're not falling. They're technically coming from there's like a barrel, not a barrel, like a cart, and the leaves come out of it. But it looks like they're falling from the trees because obviously we don't see the cart. So that's the kind of visual that we get. You know, the pine cones, the mushrooms, the poppies. It's just so magical. It's a work of art. It is truly, truly stunning. I'm just really blown away, really blown away. And next up we have a submission here from I Love Heatul. I don't know why you were worried about me not liking this snap. It's really good. You've definitely got a forest here. You know, we've got the tall fir trees. We've got the magnolia trees, which I love. I love how we have this kind of like, almost like structure that you've created using the Mulan. It's like a fencing. I forget what it's called, but it's some sort of Mulan themed fencing. And, you know, we've got this circular pathway to this area. It definitely feels like a kind of like a secluded escape in the forest. I love the foggy look of this. I absolutely love a foggy shot. I love like when my valley goes foggy sometimes. It just adds to the kind of like mystical and magic of it. Especially like if you're in the Forgotten Lands and you've got some like orange lighting and it's sunset. The fog there is mwah, chef's kiss. It's beautiful. So I do love the kind of the mystery of the fog. You know, it feels like perhaps you've been walking through a forest and then you've come across this secret I want to say temple, but not even like a temple, but like just this secret place within the forest, deep within the forest, that you have to kind of venture into, which is really fun. And I love the little fox companion with the little Winnie the Pooh backpack. I think that's really cute. And next up we have a submission from Cole here, and once again absolutely nailing it. I'm just like, these weeks have been so good, and it's been so joyous to see some challenges that Cole can really thrive in. I love it. I'm obsessed. But I love this. Definitely leaning into, obviously, the fairy core vibes of this. Love how your character looks. Love that we've got all these fireflies. We have the sword in the stone here, which your character is approaching. You know, you're going to take that sword out that stone. And we have all the foliage and forestry in the background. We've got glowing lights. We've got the glowing mushrooms, the sparkles. This is so fairy core, so magical. It definitely is a kind of like a lost forest, which I love. I just think it looks fantastic. I really, really love this. And I think it's such a beautiful, beautiful submission. It makes me so happy to see. Never stop sharing your snaps, Cole. Please don't. I live for your snaps each week. Yeah, it's just fantastic. Absolutely beautiful. Next, we have a submission here from Cradle, and this is so cool. I really, really like this. Love how your character is dressed. Love the forest that we've got here. It's like the forest has taken over the ruins of this magical castle, which is really, really cool to see. Love the variety in trees that you've used just to add sort of depth and contrast within the submission. Love that we're kind of still leaning into kind of like magical vibes. You know, we've got the dragon here, we've got some of the mushrooms, the glowing lights and things like that. So it really works nicely together. Love that we've got the little owl over here. That's really cute. Great work on the foliage here. You know, the tall grass, the reeds and things like that. We've even got some mushrooms over here. This is like Rapunzel's tower as well. It's just, it all works together really nice. It's definitely got a very kind of magical vibe to it, which is really cool. I think this is an absolutely beautiful snap. And next we have a snap from Madam Red, who's also gone with a Hansel and Gretel inspired snap, which I think is really, really fun. Love how playful and creative this is. Love that you've got Mother Gothel at the back, obviously representing the evil witch, which is just a lovely little touch. Love the forest that you've got surrounding this, you know, all these purple trees that you've got. Really work well with kind of like the pink tones of this as well, because of obviously the candy pathing, the pink rugs and the lollipops and things like that that you've got going on. We definitely have a trail of candy here, which is really, really cool. I assume this is taken in the Fallen Fortress. I assume... Oh, actually, it might not be, you know. At first, I was thinking this could be in the Fallen Fortress because there's that kind of drawbridge. But now that I'm thinking about it, this is probably the bridge from the Mulan item. And then you've just put the kind of like the stone brickwork next to it. I think that's what this is. I think I stand corrected. But it does. It looks like a drawbridge. Like you've crossed a drawbridge perhaps, or perhaps crossed a bridge into this kind of like magical sort of location in the forest, you know. The witch is obviously hidden away, but she's lured you in to her trap, which is really cool. It's definitely full of whimsy, which I love. Great work on balancing some of those candy cane trees with the other trees. I just think it works together very nicely. So yeah, brilliant work on this snap. And next we have a snap from Angel of Thursday, who's also done a Hansel and Gretel inspired snap. Yes, love to see it. Great work on the trees here. You know, we've got a variety of pink and purple trees, you know, for that forest vibe. We also have the candy cane trees leading into that kind of Hansel and Gretel vibe. Obviously using the candy house and also Mother Gothel. Oh my gosh. So good. So fun and creative. I love when people do submissions like this where it's kind of like a reference but still perfectly on theme. It's just so fun to kind of see these unique interpretations. Obviously we've got the candy leading up to the house. We've got all the candy floss, the lollipops. We have Flynn here to represent Hansel. I think Hansel's the boy and Gretel's the girl, isn't it? I'm like, it's been so long since I read the story of Hansel and Gretel. I don't even remember. But no, it's absolutely wonderful, very vibrant, very colourful. Yeah, so much whimsy in this, I really enjoy it. Next up, we have a submission from Syntax here, who's done a snap inspired by Once Upon a Time. You definitely have the forest elements of this. I kind of like this viewpoint that we're kind of peering over the cliffside, which is really cool. Love this effect that you've created, kind of creating an almost like magic-like effect. We definitely have this forest here surrounding this cottage. Beautiful foliage work with the mushrooms, the smaller trees. You know, we've even got a castle here. This castle bit with the teleporter thing, the well in front of it, looks so good. I love that. I should definitely, I think if I do a castle kind of build, definitely pair it with the well. I think it looks beautiful together. It really works well. Love the little signpost with Flynn and Merida. I think that's kind of fun, like a cute little touch. We've got like a little camping stove here. We've got the well. We've got all these kind of like barren bushes and things like that. Even like the ship. I forgot what that was called. We've even got Prince Eric's ship here. I don't know, just like such fun little touches, such fun little references and things like that. So great job on this. And then last, but most certainly not least, we have a snap from Rainbow, who has done this Red Riding Hood inspired snap. And I think that's so fun and creative. Again, loving these references. Absolutely love to see it. You know, we have all the trees and forest work, like even framing your snap through this archway. This is like, I think it's called like the root arch or something like that, but it kind of feels like you're surrounded by trees. We've got tons of trees in the background. We have this secret little cottage here where we can imagine that Red Riding Hood's granny lives. We've got the little chair outside. We've got some mushrooms, some cute little foliage pieces, some apples fallen from the trees. Love the outfit. Love that you've got the basket, obviously, as a nod to you bringing some treats for your granny. I love this. I think it's so magical and whimsical, and like I said, I love a shot that has a reference and things like that. I think it's really, really cool. And there we have it, guys. Finally back to a dry valley. Wonderful, wonderful submissions for the Lost Fairy Lost in the Woods challenge. Absolutely wonderful to see. I think you've all been so creative with creating your forests and your woods. You know, great work and great references, really creative, fun and playful. It's been an absolute joy to see, to be honest. So fantastic effort to everyone. I think you've all done absolutely wonderfully, and I'm looking forward to doing the review next week and getting to see some of your submissions for the bookworm challenge. If you did like any of these snaps, make sure to give the video a like, show support for some of the amazing creators of these dream snaps. Feel free to share your love for them in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Disney Dreamlight Valley content. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.